Hi, I'm Rose from Hemmingford, and today I'm here with the wonderful Chu and Ella, the co-founders of Strong Pilates Islington, where we're going to talk about all things Pilates, how they started, and everything in between. So let's go. So Chu and Ella, tell us how Strong Pilates Islington came to Islington. How did it start?
The story actually goes back a lot further than when I actually think about the question. It actually goes quite far back because I was a refugee, and we grew up in Australia. So I didn't get to Australia until I was 4.
Okay.
And I grew up in an area where it was predominantly like white people. That's the truth. And I never felt like I really belonged. So I struggled a lot through primary school and high school, and I think Alfred would say the same.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I actually found fitness where I found, I'm going to be really honest here, and I joined a community, a CrossFit community. And it was the first time that I was like, wow, this is what it's like to actually have a group of people that are like-minded and they, love working out and stuff. And then basically through that, I decided to move into fitness, and I was coaching group fitness first and PTing.
Okay.
And then I actually got injured in CrossFit.
Oh, I've heard of so many people injuring themselves in CrossFit.
They do.
Like...
That's actually more people than, probably meet somebody who's injured himself in CrossFit.
Yeah.
But that actually brought me to Reformer Pilates.
Okay.
And when I found Reformer Pilates, I fell in love with it. It's, all the key principles of Pilates, all the things that people know Pilates to be beneficial for. It's amazing, and it helped me with my back problem and my knee problem. But when I was teaching it, I always found like it wasn't enough. Like I felt kind of boxed in as an instructor, because the specific place I was working, we had to really teach beginners only, intermediates only, and advanced only. Whether I felt like sometimes beginners, they needed a little bit of help and just a little bit of a push, but because I was so boxed, I was never allowed to go out of it. And it kind of got me looking for something else, because I found that I wasn't doing what I was teaching. Yeah. So I wasn't doing Reformer Pilates in the way that I was instructing for Reformer Pilates.
It reminds me of like the saying of, if you're in the room and you're the strongest in the room, then find another room, because you're always better in like a room where it's a bit more diverse and there's people that are a little bit better than you to like level up.
Yeah. And that's exactly it, because I was like, I'm out here lifting, running, or doing cardio and stuff, and I'm kind of using Reformer as a day where I was kind of I would call it my active recovery day.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need something more, and I want to work somewhere or I want to do something where I can push my clients, because I know that they can do more than what they're being told that they can do right now. And then I heard about this brand called Strong, which actually was founded by Michael Ramsey and Mark Armstrong. And they had Michael had a very similar story. He was doing a lot of high intensity training, cardio too. And he, high intensity training, and he actually got injured as well. And he went to Reformer, so kind of similar path. But he saw two things. He noticed two things straight away, which was one, that the Reformer Pilates industry was growing and it was booming and it was getting big in Australia at the time. And then the most important thing was that there was a gap in the market, because what was happening when he was going to these classes was that he realized that people were having dual memberships, because they were doing Reformer Pilates on the side, but it never was enough. So they would then have, a gym membership, or they might be going to another group fitness place, or they were combining the two, but they never just had the one. So it kind of inspired him to create this brand where you were blending everything together and getting like the whole one-stop shop. Yeah, shop. Yeah. And I heard about this brand and I thought, I've got to go and try it. Like, I've got to go and try it, because this sounds like a bit of me.
Yeah.
And I went and did a class, and I left, and I just knew, I was like, I've got to. I love this so much. I was like, this is amazing. Like, they've really pushed me. It was open level, which is kind of not, at the time in Australia, like, it wasn't really heard of either, open level classes. You definitely had your beginners, your intermediate, your advanced. You could walk in wherever you had, somebody that was 80 years old, somebody that was like 18, some athlete there, some person who's Reformer trained like myself, other people who've never touched the bed before, but all working together. I was like, this is it, like, this is amazing. And after that session, actually, I applied to be a trainer, but then they offered me the studio manager role. And then I've been down this journey with Strong from the very first studio And that's a very long answer to what you've said, but it was actually my sister who gave me the confidence to do it because she came to visit me in Australia and
pretty much after COVID. She'd been working there for what, 2 years, maybe 3 years, or a while.
Yeah.
And she'd talked about this workout. And I think when you try to explain what Strong is, there's only so much that you can try to like convey. Do you know? Like, unless you're in that room and you experience the workout, it's kind of hard to describe. You know, you say, a little bit of rowing, a little bit of riding, reformer weight's great. Like I think I know what that is. Yeah. And I stepped into her class and I'd been training for quite some time in London and I'd done my fair rounds of reformer studios, strength and conditioning gyms. You know, I was trying to find the place for me, and very similarly I was on class pass, kind of bouncing around, you know, just trying to get what I felt was a sufficient kind of rounded workout. Went there and I had my ass handed to me, excuse the language, but I literally left. I don't think I completed
it. It humbles you, doesn't it?
Yes, I think I left 20 minutes probably in total that I actually moved through that session. I crawled out of that room and I was like, this is it. I was like, this is the feeling. Yes, I want to get better. I want to be stronger. I know this is going to challenge me. And that's when I said to her, I was like, there's nothing like this in London. You know, I've been here for 5 years at that point. And I was like, this would do so well. Like, nothing compares to that feeling. Nothing is even, advanced classes weren't even that advanced to me. And I was just a bit like, this is so challenging in every great possible way, shape and form. Please come with me here and please let's do it together. Yeah. Because it took some time to convince her. Because London's not, you know, she's more of a nature gal. I think jungle's a bit much.
Oh, well, welcome. You've done amazingly well since you've been here, so congrats. Thank you. And what would you say, like, the concept behind Strong? I mean, you touched on it a little bit, but like, what's the, you said there's a bit of rowing, there's a bit of bike, there's a bit of reform, like, what's the concept or what's the main aim for people to get out of a class at Strong?
So I think the best way to put it is it's for people who have done reformer Pilates before but are wanting to push the boundaries of it, like really wanting to challenge themselves, or, I mean, I'm going to answer this in a bit. So there's two ways to it, but it's a class that's going to push the boundaries of what you know about the reformer. So we are going to upset the diehards, you know, like people that
classical.
We are going to upset people, and that's okay. We're okay with upsetting people. But it's also going to help you build strength because there's intentional programming. You know, we have our loaded structures in our days where we actually try to, because I think that's another thing as well, as women, sometimes we're not as confident lifting weights or kind of pushing ourselves so heavy, especially in dynamic reformer. I feel like it's very common in a reformer studio to see 1 to 5 kilos, for example, but here at Strong we have 35 kilo dumbbells. And when I tell people when they first walk in through the door, oh, there's 35 kilo dumbbells, they're like, oh, I'm never going to go to that section. I'm like, you'll be surprised what will happen. And then obviously we have our rowing and our bikes that give us that cardio as well. So you're training your heart and your...
I think what I love about Strong is like the non-stopness to it all. It's just like you're just thrown in, and that's great for like your cardiovascular health, but the weight element of it as well, I love, because I come from like a background of being a dancer, so I do like the classical reformer style, which, you know, you do have the Pilates only classes, but I love the weight element as well, just to build up that strength. So I think it's great that you offer both.
I know, and do you know it's great to hear you say that, because that's what I think a lot of our clients come in first expecting it to be dynamic reformer. Sometimes maybe slightly being a bit shocked, but then a couple of weeks later, the classes that they love the most are the ones that throw in those heavy dumbbells. They end up going from like a die-hard reformer into like a loaded structure kind of girl, which is exactly what we wanted to do.
I think it's so good to like keep your body guessing as well, because that's where you see the most improvements. We all want to do what we're good at, right?
100%.
But like you do like a pure strong loaded like leg day, and that's the one on Tuesday, but I have tried to avoid that sometimes. I also try and just go for it because it is hardcore, but it's balance, right? You know. So what else? Sorry. How would you describe the how would you describe the studio and the vibe? Like because what I love about Strong Islington Pilates is that you've really created this sense of community here. That's like part of the reason why I joined, because I feel like a part of the family, and that's just amazing to have that sort of love and support, to know that you can also get stronger, and the teachers are just in your face like, yes, come on, you can do it. I'm like, yeah, I can. What would you say? Would you say that that's like that's how I feel. But like, is that sort of in line with what you want to?
I mean, yeah, the fact you use the word family and stuff, that means a lot to me, because this isn't my London. It wasn't my home, and neither was Ella's. And Strong Islington is my home. Like, we are here every single day. My sister and I.
So we want to be there.
Yeah, and exactly.
I get FOMO when I'm not here.
Yeah.
I know. I remember the first day when I came, and Ella, you were behind the desk, and I was just like, wow, she's amazing. And it made me think. I was like, she must own the place.
Yeah.
She just, the love she exudes is just like, it's infectious.
I mean, thank you, because what you said is exactly what we're trying to do, and it makes me really happy, because I do think that online and on social media is quite hard. It looks like a boutique, kind of like clean cut space, and I think with London and the boutique fitness space, there's normally an energy that comes with it. You know, some do have great communities, but I think that's one of the issues that I struggled with. So I think when people come in and they feel that warmth, and they feel that they can do anything, and very similar to the all-rounders, you know, you could be with someone that's 20 years your senior, but build a connection with them in that room that translates out here, that, you know, we do socials with, and you actually build, you know, friendships with like-minded people. And that just continues the encouragement and continues the energy, because everybody wants everyone to get stronger, to succeed. You know, we care about each other's lives. We chat a lot. You know, there's a fake A&E and therapy session chair over there. So, you know,
Literally,
I think that's really, I love that you say that, because that's exactly it. We really do care about every single person that walks in here, whether it's one time, 500 times, you know, whatever it is. Like, we've got time for every single person. Well, that's why I think we love movement so much, though, is that we have a positive impact on people's lives. And, you know, what we're doing here, no matter what, you always come up feeling better. So how great is that, to be part of someone's journey in a way like that?
100. And like, my biggest, you know, when I think of success stories, I could easily we've had many people lose weight, many people achieve fitness goals or whatever, but my biggest success stories is all out here, like on this, where I've seen people coming in and they would, you know, blend into the background, be so shy, couldn't speak, were so you know, nervous, and they've come into spaces in London before where it is an intimidating space.
It can be,
It can be, and it is. Like, you're walking into this, you know, people are walking around in crop tops and and you've never ever worked out before, it can seem like a lot. But these people then end up being the people that I walk into the room here, and they're starting the conversations. They're the ones in the room, in the center of the room. I'm using them as demonstration, and they're the one, but that's the success story, I think, and that's what I hope that we kind of we bring here.
I think what strikes for me is that you have such a positive impact on, like, the actual classes, but also the mindset, and the mindset is everything, right? And that's to have that sort of inner confidence and just, you know, encouraging that of people in class and through their mindset and their body. It's like a mental and a physical boost.
100%. I mean, it's hard. London's dark and grey, and sometimes, you know, and I always say motivation is fleeting, right? It's dedication that you need.
It's the discipline that keeps you going, right?
Exactly, right? And I do think that if you have somewhere, because, you know, this might not be movement for every single person. I say that to every new person that I meet as well. You know, you might fall in love with it, you might not, and that's okay. But I think that when you found something, it doesn't feel like a workout, it becomes a lifestyle and like a way of living. And I think we've done a pretty good job of that, because, you know, there's been several people that we've met that, you know, probably would never work out as much as they do. But I think that's part and parcel. The instructors are phenomenal. Choose invested a lot of time in them. You know, we want to deliver great classes all the time, but then the energy out here with all the other members coexisting together is just, it's a really nice space. If I don't say so myself.
What would you say? What would you say that differentiates you from other, like, Pilates or reformer Pilates spaces? I know we might have touched on it already, but like,
I mean, besides the concept as a whole, because I do think what we have here is quite unique, and what we offer in this space is very, very unique. When I was visiting London to kind of decide whether or not we would do this, I would walk around and I tried all the different studios in London, and I was shocked at how intimidated I felt, and I'm somebody that knows how to move and things like that. So I think what we offer that's really, really different is that I don't think you come across a studio where the owners are around every single day. If you email, if you call, if you text, it's not someone else answering, it's actually us. We genuinely care. That is, like, you have no idea how much we care. Like, we are here, we care, and I love the community, and I love every single person that comes and shares a story with me, I share my stories back with them. It's like left a lasting impact on our lives. Like we're getting emotional about it, but it's the truth.
I know,
it's literally the truth. Like, and I think that's what sets us apart, besides the fact that we have an amazing concept as well.
Yeah. And you've got a lovely little WhatsApp group as well that's great for the strong community.
We just brag on the trainers.
I think one thing that I really love as well about the classes is that your reference to how you have like beginners, intermediate and advanced all in the class, but you have a reference of like, if you're feeling strong, have these sorts of settings, but if you're feeling extra strong, then you can go, or sometimes they might even throw in like a little in between as well. So I think that's really nice for people not to have even the like psychology of like, oh, I'm a beginner. It's like, yes, you're strong.
That's one of the things I think that the founders actually wanted to do and was conscious of, because it's not nice hearing like easy, like, oh gosh, I can pick it up an easy way. I think it's really empowering, the way that they frame that. And that is like kind of ingrained into the instructors as how the language that they are taught to use through the academy. It's really important for us, because every single person, it's not an easy workout.
No,
you sort of only pat yourself on the back for stepping into the room or even coming here. So, everybody's strong in our eyes for coming here and having the confidence to do the class, and then more so pushing themselves further than they possibly could think in there. Because it's not easy.
It's not. But let's talk about some of the classes that you have. So up on here, you've got a few like mentioned. What would you say is like your most popular? Or is it hard to say?
At the moment, I would definitely say in London it's still Pilates only. We're hoping to kind of shift that a little bit. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm serious. Like, it's Pilates only. And I think that's expected because, back home in Australia, dynamic reformer is big. You've got a reformer studio basically every street. You'll have like 2 or 3 studios. It's everywhere. But I feel like in London, it's only starting to now, become more known. People are getting around it a bit more. It's changing a little bit more, moving away from classical, I would say, a little bit more. So at the moment, we would definitely say Pilates only, and then the second would be our body class.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to see it go to the loadeds a little bit more, but we're hoping that we can.
Abs and the legs,
They're my favourite.
Abs are great, guys. Everyone needs to come to upper and abs.
Honestly, like my abs have never been so hard. And that's getting hard abs is sometimes hard, but in your part, honestly, like there's levels where I'm like in my head, I go through this moment where I'm like, okay, I'm done now, and then it's like we're not even halfway through. I'm like, okay, I have to mentally like reset again, and then I'm like, okay, and then you probably see my face just like, oh, and then you just get a go rose from the instructor, and you're like, yes, it's great fun, I love it. And are there any sort of seasonal specials or like events that are coming up? Talk to me about anything.
Tons of like strong events. We're having
there is a special class that we won't mention, but it's like kind of a super secret thing on the 24th of May.
24th of May?
Yeah, 24th of May, which will be quite interesting. It's kind of going to throw the structure of what we normally do, but that's exactly what Strong does. They love to innovate. Obviously, we just introduced reverse springs recently.
I was going to mention it.
We had the weighted bar a few months ago, and we do trial things out. Like we just had 360 Strong Theme Week, which we introduced a brand new class structure, which everybody loves, so Strong 360. So there's all these class. It was spicy but great. It was phenomenal. I couldn't walk the floor. It was great. So there's all these things that are coming and going, and that's the great thing about it. I think we take a lot of feedback from the community, so they do a lot of innovative testing, new classes here and there, and different kind of challenges or kind of ways to bring new people into the space to try. Like we had our healthy habits last year, which I think will come back very soon. We normally do that once every quarter, every 3-4 months. So I think there's a few things coming up, but that new class is probably the newest, most exciting thing.
With like this little plastic thing. Like, how do you make it look so elegant? I know.
A lot of sticky dots everywhere.
And what would you say in London is like the biggest change in the fitness industry? Are you seeing anything that's, I know you said it's quite Pilates focused, but do you want to see something more in the dynamic space, or are you seeing like a trend?
Reformer is definitely moving into the dynamic space. Yeah, for sure. Like we're noticing, there's big things popping around. When we first decided to open Islington, there definitely was not Reformer in the way. But it's common. I think it is the new thing at the moment. I do think it is the biggest trend at the moment.
I've got a quick fire round.
Okay.
So what is your favourite movement on the strong machine? So
I want to say snake. I love anything like obliques, you know, anything.
what's the snake?
It's you know when you're like in a high plank and you like twist side to side.
God, it's vile. It's actually vile.
I love it. They're great. They're great.
I wouldn't say anything legs, to be honest.
Yeah.
I love lunges. To be fair, I love suitcase squats with new reverse springs. I really enjoy the new reverse springs. So yeah, anything to do with legs. Chu knows this. Upper body, I would do it. I love loaded upper and abs. It disguises upper body for me, but I think it's a struggle for me to oblique work and upper body.
And what's the best kept secret about Islington? Anything like some cafes or hidden spots that you'd recommend?
Yes, we want to highlight Mal, one of our clients. Yeah, he's opened up an amazing oyster bar just on Chapel Market.
Chapel Market Kitchen, I think.
Okay.
Oyster bar. And
I might actually do a little podcast.
It is amazing. Mondays, £1 oysters, and they're the best oysters you're ever going to get.
Yeah.
Wow.
And honestly, he's the best host. Like, he's always there. He's just like us. He's always there in his restaurant, always floating around, always talking to all the clients.
Yeah.
It's a really good place.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
I'll bookmark that. And morning class or evening sweat?
I'm definitely a morning class.
Yeah, I feel like morning, respect to our 6:30s. I'd probably be 7:30 onwards. But I'll be here supporting you.
Yeah.
Whether or not my body's awake is the other question.
Oh, glad so you'd be morning over evening.
Yeah, morning over evening.
But at a set time. Okay, cool. And dream person to join a strong class, who would that be?
Oh my God, that's a really hard one.
I know.
Do you know what I love? I feel like if it was someone that wouldn't tick the stereotype,
that's
someone that does perform arts, so maybe a male rugby player.
Yes,
that would be
something like
cool.
that. Yeah.
I feel
Do you know
like
what? A strong man. I would love one of those. Like a strong man, like a Stoltman brother, or like I'd love a Mitchell Hooper or something.
Yeah.
That would make me just. I
wonder if they'd find it easy or hard.
I don't know.
I've
yet find it hard.
I've yet to meet someone that's come out and said that was actually
that was a doddle.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's exactly what they expected. I'm not, everyone's humans are really open. Every single person.
Everyone is humbled and so on and so forth.
It's true.
About it. Like I said at the very beginning, you try to explain it and you can't. I can talk about it non-stop, but it's a different feeling. There's something about the machine. There's something about the room, the instructors, the vibe. It's indescribable. Class.
Oh, amazing. And one thing you change about the London fitness scene?
Like I said earlier, I was so shocked at how I felt like it was transactional. Like you'd walk in, you'd walk out. Sometimes you get a hello, sometimes you don't get a hello. And I found that crazy. And I think that sometimes people forget that, like my sister said earlier, it's not just about the workout. Like it is out there, we're so stimulated in London. Like you've got a crazy hectic schedule, you've got your own personal life going on. Like there's traffic, there's just the tubes, everything. And I think sometimes we forget that when you work in the fitness industry, you can't do it without passion, you can't do it without love.
Yeah.
And when these people come in, it could be the highlight of their day. Like these 45 minutes, your hello, asking how their day went, how they made to feel in that room and how they leave. It's like it could be the absolute moment of their day. And I think that would be the thing I'd love to see change in London personally, because it shouldn't just be about us. We've been told so many times that people have never been to a gym where the community is like this, or they felt heard, or we've changed somebody's life because they've listened to a story. Like I think that should be a standard across the board.
Yeah, I agree. It really reminds me of our ethos actually in our company, is to leave people feeling better having dealt with us.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's that thing of everyone should just, I know people are passionate, but it's like, how do you translate that passion to make people into their experience, And I think it's so key. It's everything. Like, in our industry, houses don't sell themselves, people work from people.
Yeah.
In the same way, like, yes, you can come in and just do a class and it'd be very transactional. But there's so much more that you can give to people's mindset, to their sense of community. And that can, as a byproduct, help their confidence, then push a bit more, get more out of the class,
literally
and better results.
Consider myself.
Yeah, I know.
You probably experience it too, right? Like, we've had experiences and there's walls up and you have to work a little bit harder. And same thing, like if you have a bad experience in the gym or a fitness class,
It can,
genetically
you can have a preconceived idea already and walk in expecting the same.
Exactly.
Exactly. And I guess, hopefully, you know, it does change and everybody, you know, has great experiences everywhere. Because, you know, touching back on what I said before, this might not be the place for you, but if we have a positive impact on you to start your journey, you know, hopefully you're then taken care of going forward wherever you choose to go.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's just need to be kind, happy. Everybody wants to move. Everyone wants to feel good. So, you know, good energy all around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. And then what would you say? No, not what you say. Where can people find you online? Like, what are the websites? What are the links?
So we have a UK Strong Pilates website, so strongpilates.co.uk, and then our personal Instagram is strong_Islington. So we're constantly posting studio updates there. There's lots of videos about trainers, things that are going on, just program and movement blocks. So a lot of information on there and heaps of ways to get in contact with us.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, guys. It's been amazing to have a chat with you and find out a bit more about your experience, what brought you here. And it just sounds, what I love about it is like, because I'm a member and what do I call it? It's like a strong human.
Yeah.
Which is lovely. And I feel like I've just joined something really, really special, and I feel very cared for, very supported, and like it's always at your own pace, but it's always like a little push as well. And I just really am grateful for somewhere that does offer that community feel and that love, because as you say, it's really hard to come by. I genuinely mean it. Like, you don't find that often, especially in London. So
no, thank you.
That means so much to us, because
that's what keeps us going. Like, quite honestly, I can't tell you, like, having this feedback and hearing this stuff means the absolute world to us, because we do really put our
You've
heart
got
and soul.
something great, so just keep going.
Honestly, this place has saved me. Like, I've had my baby 6 months, and I went through some terrible postpartum. And if it wasn't for having this community and rocking up here, it saved, like, honestly, it really did. So that means a lot, because that's what we're trying to do here.
Oh, mate, I can't give you that. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, thanks.
Really
Turn on black.